Hello, hello. I'm so excited you're here again with me as I bring another amazing light worker and friend with me today. Nancy Yearout is a psychic author and is here to talk about angel communication and spiritual law. She is fascinating in her work. She's working on her next book. And Nancy, I'm just thrilled you're here. So thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to come and visit you.
Oh my goodness. So when we were talking a few months back and you were talking about what you're preparing for ahead, we started talking about angel communication. And I thought this would be such a great topic for people listening in because I think so many hope we have angels, maybe talk to our angels. So I'd love for you to share what you really envision and how you talk about angel communications.
Yeah. Well, it's comforting, to be honest with you. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about this because we all come into this world with a guardian angel, and your guardian angel is with you throughout your lifetime. But the thing is, we have free will. Okay. So they really can't help unless you ask them. And that's the biggest thing that I think people need to know is that you need to ask your angel. Some people have more than one angel, but it's really recognizing that they are with you. The first thing that I always tell people is, do a little meditation. I teach spiritual law because spiritual law goes along with communicating with your angels. You have to believe. So you have to have faith, right? You've got to have that blind faith that they're there. And there's so many different laws that go along with this. The spoken word, how important it is, how you speak, how you feel, how you approach things, your vibration. And really the angels are just God's helpers. They're here to help us. They truly are. And, for a long time, I've always felt angelic. I knew that I was here to help humanity, but it took me a while too, to recognize that my angel stands right next to me. It took me asking her questions, learning that she was right on the money. It took a while. And then I started, like if you would ask me something and say, hey, Nancy, what do you think about this? I'll ask her and she will tell you. And she always comes through with the proper answer to help people. So if I do a psychic reading, and I call them angel readings because I'm not bringing in the information, that my angel is bringing in that information. But long story short, people really need to communicate with their angel because they're here to help us. And, just answer small questions like during the day. Hey, should I do this or should I do that? Or what do you think about this? I'll even say, now I know they can manipulate time. So like today when I was getting ready for your show, I'm like, oh, I need 10 more minutes, and for some reason I got that 10 minutes that I needed. Because I believe, and I know for sure they manipulate time because really there is no time, but that's a whole nother show. So there you have it. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. So I believe I call in my angels. For me, it's often thoughts that I kind of know are not my thoughts. So how do people know if they're talking with their angels?
Well, and that's it. You're exactly right. Because she says things that I would never say. Oh, and I'm like, well, so you start to realize it's not you.
Mm,
And it takes time. It's like anything else. It's like riding a bike, you practice. How much
mhm.
do you really want to communicate with the divine? How much do you really want to communicate with your angels? And I get up every morning and I journal and I connect with the divine source and I bring in the light and I bring up the light and I say the Lord's Prayer. That's just me. I light a white candle. And then I always ask the divine, God, what do you want me to know today? And then I listen and hear what's my message for the day, and I always hear something. And then if I have a question, I'll ask, and her name is Hayley. And that's not her. She has a long name, but I call her Hayley. And I'll just ask her, hey, what do you think? And like I said, this has been, she's shocked me. To be honest with you, JJ, she has shocked me. Like I've been doing readings for people and she'll say something and it doesn't come from me. And the people are just floored, but that's how you know. That's how you start to realize that this is not you. This
Mm.
is coming from a divine source. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I love how you start your day too, because it's funny. This is coming to me in threes. I get messages all the time from different people. My messengers not only come through like thoughts that I know are not my own, but also people. And I
Yeah.
was at an event this weekend, and this light worker told me, you should get up in the morning or sometimes throughout the day and sit in the mirror and look in the depths of your eyes and just say, what do you want me to know? What am I supposed to align with? Now you're saying you get up in the morning, you light a white candle, you say your prayer to God, and you ask for what you want to know. And I think that is such a beautiful practice because it makes you, one, start your day knowing you're not alone, and two, you're already asking for the guidance, and then you prepare yourself to look for it.
Well, and a lot of times, you wake up and you can be grumpy and you get a positive message and it changes your whole day. It
Mhm.
really does. It changes everything. So, and sometimes she tells me things that are kind of harsh, but but that's okay. They're here to help us. But again, I'm going to say it one more time. You have to ask. So the first thing that I tell people, if you want to communicate with your angel, of course, is, sit down and quiet your mind and take a few minutes and ask, what is my guardian angel's name? And then listen.
Mm.
To learn your angel's name. And then because they just want to be recognized, they are here to help us. They're here when we're born. I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. They've been with you your whole life, but they're so excited to help you. But you have to ask them. Mm-hmm.
And when you ask by lighting a candle, saying a prayer, and then asking for the guidance.
No, I'll just ask her all day long.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah. I work with her all day, all
So
day.
your guardian angel you work with all day long.
All day, all day long. What do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? Should we go to the grocery store today or should we wait? Will it be busy? Should I wait till tomorrow? Silly things, but they're here to help us, or should I call that person? Or what should I do? If you're having a tough, if you want a lot of business questions, I'll ask Hayley, what do you think before I move forward?
I love that. I love that. I'm going to start to do that. So let me ask you about friends that come to you as children, because I had a magical friend when I was little that came to me every day. And
Okay.
my mom used to make Chevy, was her name, Chevy. She would come to me and play, and my mom would make her sandwiches. And then one day she just stopped coming. And I don't know why, but she just stopped coming. But I still remember that about being with that energy and almost like it was a little kid's energy with me.
Well, have you asked? Do you want me to tell you?
Sure, but no, I did not ask. So I was just, we have some of us have these magical friends, and I've never
Well,
really talked about it ever, not in a book or anything.
Well, here's what happens. You get older and you mature, and then a lot of times the belief goes away. And so
Mm.
you move on to other things. It's funny, when I was a little girl, all I wanted to be was an angel. Who wants to be an angel? Nobody, but I did. And that's all I wanted to do was to help people. I just want to fly around and help people. And, then of course I got older and totally forgot about that. And then years passed, had my kids I've always been intuitive, but became more intuitive. And then got back to my angels. So it's a choice, I think. And it has to do, we get busy with our lives and sometimes we forget. But now I will say something. Now is the time to connect because there is so much unrest going on in the world right now that we need the comfort and the love that come from the angelic realm. And I will say this, the angels have the highest vibration. A lot of people say, oh, my spirit guide, my spirit guide. And you can have spirit guides and that's cool too. But the angelic realm will bring in the highest vibration. And it will help you raise your vibration to a higher level, meaning that you become more compassionate, more loving, a little kinder towards people. So it's this is why it's so important.
I love it. And I'm just like, as soon as we're done, I'm going to go do this because I feel like the messages come to me now multiple times that I need to sit and ask and be in really, because I feel like I'm sort of at a crossroads myself that I just need some more guidance. I don't ask that often. I'm very grateful. I'm always grateful what happens to me, but I don't literally ask. And I think that's probably one of your spiritual laws that I hope we talk about a few of them before we jump off here. But what
Sure.
are some of the other spiritual laws that align with communicating with your guardian angel?
Yeah, so I'm writing this new book about angel communication and spiritual law. And right now I'm writing about planting seeds. And it's funny, last night I was doing the chapter on planting seeds. And, we all are manifestors. Okay, so we all have a little spark of God within us, and we are able to manifest. But what kind of seeds are you planting right now? So this spiritual law is to be aware of what seeds you're planting and what you're growing and what you're going to harvest. Because the seeds that you're planting today, you're planting your future is what you're doing, because that's how the universe works. That's how the energy works. So whatever your words are, whatever you think about yourself, your self-talk, what you're doing right now, what kind of affirmations are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? These are the seeds that you're planting. So plant really great seeds so that you have a really good harvest.
I can feel that. That feels amazing. That feels amazing. And I suspect that one of your laws too is you can't go out of your house yelling at people in the parking lot and cutting people off in the grocery line and
Yeah.
then, bad mouthing a coworker and then go, "Hey, guardian angel, what do you need to tell me today?"
Well, you can do that, but she might just give you a hard time, or he may give you a hard time regardless. And they are no sex, just so you know.
Yeah.
The angels are just, they're angelic beings. I just want to say that. It's funny. Yeah, exactly. You got to live it. You can't, we have to be here on earth, so we have to deal with life. But there's a balance. And that's what I really teach more than anything, is that balance between the spiritual and being here on earth. And you can do both. It's up to you. It's your choice, because whatever we do down here matters. So when you pass and you go on to the next adventure, whatever you did down here depends on what you're going to do when you go to your next adventure. So it matters. It matters what we say. It matters how we treat people. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is wonderful. And I'm sure someone's asking, like, do I have an angel too? I mean, does everybody have guardian angels?
Everybody has a guardian angel, and some have more than one.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, this is such a feel-good conversation because I feel like so many of us, you do feel alone, and you feel like if you might even believe that there's somebody out there, an energy out there to help you, that there's so many steps to take to get access to it and so much inner work we have to do. But in reality, it's just about creating a practice every day that you're opening yourself up to that energy and that guidance.
And to believe, you have to have faith. That's one of my spiritual laws. You have to have faith. Faith is not an easy thing to, learn or to acquire, but eventually, if you work on it, I've learned to have faith over the years. I've asked God for different things, and he's come through for me. I say he has come through for me every single time. And it's really, when you ask God for help and he helps you every single time, over and over and over, you begin to believe. And that's really, so you have to have faith that your angels are here, faith that there is a God that, that loves us and wants the best for us. Yeah.
Mm. So I'm sure people are wondering, like, where can I meet Nancy? Where can I find Nancy? So definitely share that.
Okay, so you guys, I do a podcast. It's called Nancy Psychic View. Well, actually, let me back up. My podcast is called High Road to Humanity. I started about almost 7 years ago now. My YouTube channel is Nancy Psychic View on the High Road to Humanity, so people kind of understand a little bit more. My website is nancyyearout.com, and you can book an angel reading with me there. I will be in LA in February. I will be at the Conscious Life Expo, and I will be teaching spiritual law, and I will be handing out wings. Everybody's going to get their wings when they come and see me in February. So I'll be there. It's going to be on the 10th, and it's going to be at the Hilton in Los Angeles at LAX. You know, my first book is Wake Up, the Universe is Speaking to You. This is what it looks like. You can pick it up at Barnes & Noble. I relaunched it on Amazon, and this is the new one, just like a week or so ago. It's not as pretty on the inside because I didn't have anybody do it for me, but the information is still there. So there you have it. And if you want an angel reading, book on my website. I'll do an angel reading for you.
I would love that. And I know other people would too. They're just looking for a little bit more insight oftentimes to what's happening, why it's happening. And I think all of us should really mark off some time this week to sit aside from our computer and our life, light a candle, and just ask for the guidance. And I think the trick is you have to be in the present moment to receive the messages. So you really need to mind your thoughts so you're not so caught up in your head all the time that you can see what's coming your way.
Very well said. Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Nancy. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm so gracious that you would share this information with our listeners. And I hope many of you just to take a little bit more time to think about your guardian angel and reach out to Nancy. And we look forward to hearing about your event at the Conscious Life Expo. See you there, Nancy.
Okay. Thanks for having me, and God bless.
God bless.